Welcome Primary 5, Miss Iba Ahmed is with you. Today we will take Unit 3, Lesson 1, Part 1 from Lesson 1, which is talking about food relationship. Okay, let's start our lesson. Okay, all the living organisms or between the living organisms, they are food relations. Okay, let's know or identify this food relation. Number 1, repeat after me. Predation, predation, predation. Number 2, symbiosis, symbiosis, symbiosis. Number 3, saprophytism, saprophytism, saprophytism. So we will take 3 food relationships: predation, symbiosis, saprophytism. Predation, symbiosis, and saprophytism. Okay, what is this? Yes, predation. And this one, symbiosis. And this one, saprophytism. But in this part, we will take only the predation food relationship. Let's know what is the meaning of predation food relationship. As you can see in this picture, okay, this fox is eating another animal. Okay, when an animal devour, what is the meaning of devour? Means attack. Okay, when an animal or a living organism devours another animal, the food relationship between these two animals is called predation. It's called predation. So when we define predation, we said it's a food relationship among two living organisms. One living organism devour another living organism. Okay? Okay, so in predation, it's a food relationship between two living organisms. One living organism devours the other living organism. And devours meaning what? Attacks. Okay, the fox here attack this rabbit. Okay, so the fox it's the living organism which devoured the other animal. We called here in this predation food relationship, we called the fox here predator. Okay, and we called the rabbit prey. So in the predation food relationship, it's a food relationship between two living organisms. One living organism, which is the predator, devour the other living organism, which is the prey. Okay, okay. Examples for predators. Okay, lion, tiger, wolf, shark, cat. All of these animals devour the other animal. So the food relation between the lion and the rabbit is called predation. Why? Because the lion, which is the predator, devoured the rabbit, which is the prey. Examples for prey: rabbit, deer, rat, and small fish. Okay, so the predators obtain their food or get their food by attacking, killing, and devouring the other prey. As you can see in this picture, the lion and the zebra. Which one is here? It's the predator. Very good. The lion is the predator. Very good. And the zebra is the prey. And the food relationship between the lion and the zebra is called predation. Excellent. Okay. Remember that the predator is the living organism that devours the other living organism. And the prey is the living organism that devoured by the predators. Okay. Can you tell me here which one is the predator and which one is the prey? If the lion devoured the deer, which one is the predator and which one is the prey? Very good. The lion eats the predator and the deer eats the prey. Okay. Predation in plants. What? The plants attack or devour prey? Yes. Okay. We all know that the plants are autotrophic living organisms. What is the meaning of autotrophic living organisms? That's meaning that they can make their own food by photosynthesis process. Okay, the plant doesn't need anyone to feed it. They can make their own food. They are autotrophic. They can make their own food by photosynthesis process. But some plants are planting or are growing in some soils that don't contain all the nutrients and all the minerals that the plants need. So these plants devour small insects. Okay, so some plants cannot make the protein. Okay, so they prey some tiny insects to get the protein. Okay, there are some plants that are grow in places that if the soil, okay, doesn't contain all the nutrients that the plants may need to make the protein. Okay, so these plants devour tiny or small insects to get the protein from these insects. Okay, these predator plants are called insect eaters or insectivores. Okay, so the plants which cannot make their protein and devour tiny insects, we call it insect eaters or insectivores. Okay, we have here two examples for the insectivores or insect eaters, which is Drosera and Dionaea. Let's see the pictures for Drosera and Dionaea. As you can see here, okay, this plant is devouring the small insect here. The black thing here, it's the small insect. And also here, this plant is devouring the small insect here. And here, that's the small insect. And here, that's the small insect. Okay, so Drosera and Dionaea, they are insect eaters or insectivores which cannot make their own protein, so they devour small insects to get their protein. How this plants eat these insects. Okay, when they attack them and devour the insect, they put a digested juice on this insect. This digested juice digests the insect, and the plant absorb the insect that has been digested and get the protein that the plant needs. Okay, okay, so we identify the predation in animals, okay, and we also identify predation in plants, which is called insect eaters and insectivores, and the two examples of them is Drosera and Dionaea. Drosera and Dionaea. Okay, the animals have some ways to defend themselves against the predator or defend themselves against the predation. Okay, the animals make two ways to escape from their enemies and defend themselves against the predator. We have here two ways: camouflage and mimicry. Camouflage, mimicry. Camouflage, mimicry. Okay, let's start with the camouflage. Okay, can you see this frog? Okay, this frog takes the same colors of the surrounding environment around it. Okay, and this butterfly here, it takes the same colors of the surrounding environment around it. Okay, why these two animals do this? Okay, to escape from this animal, from these enemies. Okay, why? If they do camouflage, as you can see in these two pictures, it will be difficult for their enemies to see them and devour them and attack them. So they take the same colors of the surrounding environment. So their enemies will will get difficult to see them. So they can escape from their enemies by doing camouflage. So what is the meaning of camouflage? The living organism change its color to be like the surrounding place to escape from their enemies. Okay, so camouflage meaning it's changing the color. Okay, why the animals make camouflage? To escape from their enemies. Okay, let's see some examples for the animals that can make camouflage. As you can see here, the frog and the butterfly, both of them can make camouflage. What else? The butterfly, okay, and the frog we said, and the chameleon. Can you see that's the chameleon? Okay, the chameleon can take the color of the surrounding environment. Here the surrounding environment is green, so the chameleon camouflage its body with the green color, okay, to escape from their enemies. And also the cuttlefish. Do you know that the cuttlefish? It's a kind of octopus. It's an octopus, but it's a kind of octopus which is called cuttlefish. The cuttlefish can secrete or eject a black colored fluid or liquid in the water. When the cuttlefish, okay, see their enemies, they eject or secrete a black liquid, okay, in the water to hide and to escape from its enemies. Okay, so the examples of the animals that can make camouflage is butterfly, frogs, chameleon, cuttlefish, and there's some fish that also can make camouflage. Why? To escape from their enemies. So don't forget that camouflage meaning changing the color. Okay, number two, mimicry. What is the meaning of mimicry? Living organism imitates to be harmful and poisoned living organisms to fear their enemies and escape from them. What is the meaning of that? Okay, can you see these two pictures? They look like the same, but they are different. We have here two different living organisms. Here it's a bee, and here it's another living organism which is called wasps. Okay, bee, they are harmless animals. They cannot harm other animals. Okay, but wasps or some kind of wasps are poisons. Okay, some animals fear from the wasp. Okay, okay. Bees imitate to be wasps. What is the meaning of bees imitate to be wasps? As you can see, the bees looks so much like wasps, like, right? Okay. The difference between bees and wasps is very small. There is a big similar between the bees and the wasp. So when the bees say their enemies, okay, they imitate to be wasp. What is the meaning of imitate to be wasp? Okay, they fly in lines like the wasp. So the enemies showed that the flying insects are the wasps, not the bees. One more time, okay? The bees look like the wasps, and the wasps have their way in flying. They flying in lines. When the bees say their enemies, they fly like the wasps, make lines like the wasps and fly. So the enemies of the bees thought that the bees are wasps, so they don't devour or attack them. So in the mimicry, harmless animals imitate to be harmful animals to fear their enemies and escape for them. And the example for mimicry here, bees imitate to be wasps by forming lines. By forming lines. Thank you for listening, Primary 5. We finished part 1 from lesson 1 in unit 3. Miss Ahmed was with you.